This has been a very eventful week. On one hand, Pirates lost a game to Marumo Gallants, and on the other hand, they came back and they redeemed themselves against Chippa United. Mamelodi Sundowns drawing against their former coach in Mangoba Mngqiti and complaining about referees' decisions. Ain't that ironic? But we are going to look at all of these and the upcoming Nedbank Cup fixtures. I am joined today by, as usual, by Ubongani over here, and I'm also joined by Victoire. So gentlemen, welcome to the show once again. I want us to start with Victoire today because your team lost and you insisted, he's been insisting Bongs for the past 3 weeks that he still wants to fight for the league. So where are we now with this league thing after losing?
San Bonani.
He's humble now. They remain humble. Yeah.
No, I didn't like the performances.
Yeah.
I do not like. But if you check the last video, I said at the end, if we had to draw or lose that game, we're out. I do believe we don't have the firepower to go further. I think it's a locked second place now. I'm being realistic. I know I made those predictions, but anyway, the team is just let's see the defense, the China, the mistakes. I don't think we're in the title race anymore. Yeah, Valley Nedbank, cup specialist.
Wait, do you not think Sundowns drawing is going to make a difference? Because now Sundowns has had some hiccups against the Chiefs. They won the game, but for the most part, the Chiefs was also in the game. But also on top of that, Sundowns will continue playing more and more games, and that accumulative fatigue. Do you not have hope that perhaps they drop points and something could happen?
Valley, you can only hope.
Yeah.
But Sundowns, it's been here again. We're going to repeat the same thing again. It's been in title races after title race.
Yeah.
It's not even about Sundown now dropping point. It's about now I'm even worried, can we win?
Yeah.
Can us aspire to win the game? Because I was surprised against Gallant.
Yeah.
As I even have, I was angry. That's 2-0. The coach, I don't know the tactic I went there with. But anyway, it is what it is. We drop points. So it's not even going to depend on Sundown winning or losing. It's about us. Can we win? We are struggling just to put up points on the board. Yeah.
Bongani, when people are talking there on the... just come this side so that you pass the mic easy. When people are talking on the you are usually behind the camera when you do these interviews, and Chiefs loses to Sundowns, they win against Makesi. Where do you see your team ending up at right now? Because it seems like there is that yo-yo thing that's happening with Chiefs. You win one, you lose one, you know.
True. You know, this is interesting. I mean, I wanted to come in when you were talking about Pirates.
No,
listen to me. Now you're asking me the same question about a different team.
Yeah.
But now remember, Chance, we've been here, and I told you, now is not time to drop points. And now there's only Sundowns has the luxury of moving players around.
Yeah.
The rest of us, you have an A team, you stick to it. Now, Jongobunkuza and Ndaba Pirate, unfortunate for them, it was Indaba Sesane Nonda.
Getting injured.
Moving forward doesn't matter, but I'm telling you that too, because it's been a consistent pairing a center back. So now already they were now both of them are not there. Which is why we told Mayolo, you can't be focusing on the league. Focus on CAF, focus on Nedbank. It's easier because not a lot of games, and you just go there, you fight for that particular game, you come back, you relax. League is too much. Now back to Kaizer Chiefs. Consistent. I don't want to predict number one because as much as I'm happy a performance against the Sundowns, it didn't give me points. And then as much as I'm happy a win in my case, we cannot win 1-0 against them. So with that being said, I'm sure because still is the same with Pirate. They had problems. Ngama defender squad Samoshek. With us, we can't find that one best squad to say if we have this we could. This week Utubris Yamfaka against the Sundowns, not that I guy next, but you're not sure if Utubris he can really score for me or Uranga he can. So we're still working on those
the combinations
and the best squad. Then we come in Makesi, we're playing very well, we're struggling to get a goal. We bring him on from the bench, he gets that winning goal. So it's difficult to tell if we are there yet, we're not there. So I know we're not there yet, I can't predict. All I'm saying is if we can end up inside that number 80, but number 5, number 6, and is a star. So yeah, that's it for me.
Before we started recording, Victor was saying something to me. Ngathi siqhele kwi-camera, sondeleni. He was telling me ukuthi the Bandile Shandu experiment is not working. Elaborate, why do you think that's not working for Shandu in that position? Because he has played there before and scored goals in that position.
As a right winger. Well, the system that currently they go, it worked before back then. Now, every game is different. I feel like the coach dropped Nkota straight after that, the Soweto derby.
Yeah, because it was pocketed.
It was a show.
Yeah.
It was his bad game. But times and times again, the first time we played Bandile and we won, but it wasn't convincingly. There's no productivity on the right side. It's even better when Diano Otto plays there.
Yeah.
It's better. So yeah, I didn't like that. Even when the team that was put out on against Marumo Gallants rather wasn't good. But you saw when we dropped Bandile Shandu, we won.
It got better. Yeah.
I'm not saying that we don't have a perfect. We will never have a perfect wing as long as Saleng is not in the team. Well, we need somebody who can at least come close to years. Dionoto at least plays better there. But then this Bandile Shandu is only one-dimensional. What can he do? He can't even dribble.
So we are now talking about the psyche, like the psychological factors of the coaches, because now you have on one hand Nabi at Chiefs. Let's talk about Nabi. Mayole can talk about his own coach. Withdrawing players like Abo Modi, like within the game, and you saw against Marcus, you saw that the team wasn't working. He made good subs, granted. But do you think that the coaches are now under pressure for results, or do you think Nabi specifically, still thinks I have time to get the best system? What pressure do you think is feeling more, the system or the results one?
You said it well. Every coach now has the pressure. Unabi with him, I think that's why we sometimes we like him, sometimes we don't like him. He needs time to build, but then he needs results.
Yeah.
This other fellow fan, Ikosi, will take it, gents, if we can get this net bank, we don't have to play good football.
Yeah.
But if we can get that result, or just play a final, it will give us hope as fans to say,
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So as much as I believe in him, because you can see when we lose, he takes the loss with he's feeling it like we do. So that's someone you can trust with the team. But so Mupama season agi before scatter a cup, because in the Nedbank it's this weekend.
Yeah.
So it's the cup that, I don't know, by chance, by strategizing, by whatever, we can get that cup. Once we get that cup, now he's winning what he support back, even those who are doubting him.
Yeah.
Because I'm on the side who's 50% to say he knows what he's doing, but does he have enough time? And again, back to the players. You can get a man who's good at this job, but if it doesn't have the kind of players that he wants, then that becomes a problem. Because I think it was between me and you when we had a conversation, Guti. A planning against the team, he's good with that. It's just that he plans now, then later on before the game, because when you have that big plan, if it doesn't work out, you get frustrated.
Yeah.
So against Sundowns, we were having this interview here. I said, Mina, he must come up with a strategy. I don't care about good football or bad football. A strategy to say, because I'm playing a Sundowns, this is what I'm gonna do. He came with that. I was sitting with you, Goma Stans. We saw good. He came with a plan.
Yeah.
Unfortunate for us, they got a goal. But when it comes to dominance and whatnot, no, they did very well. So the plan was there. So now taking it to the league, to the results, to the how long is it gonna last? Because fans, especially Chiefs fans, as big as we are, we'll get to a point where we say, yes, he's a good guy, but nah, we want results.
Because at the end of the day, that's what fans want. They want results. And let me ask you, how much will this thing of results come into play this weekend? Not just the results, but also the fact that you've been beating we start with Stellenbosch.
Yes.
We beat them in Cape Town. We beat them again here. At Joes. Yeah, we started beating them in Joes 2-1. Then we went to Cape Town. Lillepo scored. We've been beating them too many times.
Yeah, I know.
It's scary now. We're now gonna beat Chiefs when it matters the most.
I like it. Yeah. I think right now, I think Because amanye amakhosi are saying, yeah, laba bantu bethu, we've been beating them.
Yeah.
But at this point, gents, we are all thinking, hey, mhlambe sebane plan for we're gonna discipline them. And now the sad part is, if they beat us on this one, you know what that means for us. No cup, no league.
We're done.
That's the only
there's no Africa.
But as much as we wanted this, you remember, we've been through this, we've been through the interviews where Skuluma Namachita and even Unabi himself said, guys, listen, you can't expect that yet from me. So as Chiefs fans, as much as we'll be angry and whatnot, I'm not saying we're going to lose. Let's make room. Because,
for disappointment.
yes, because being overexcited, it's going to get us to say, because of this particular cup, of which we were tossed against Stelis, because obviously you'll end up coming with a plan with, let me try this, and I'm sure they've been watching us.
And I don't want to say one-dimensional upaka.
Yes,
but it seems like if you close down Titus, they have a problem. And Utitlokwe did that twice against Titus. He stopped him. And now there's Utove who's been playing well. Do you not think that then Chiefs has it on lockdown? Because, I mean, unless they really try to trouble the defenders of Chiefs, where can they exploit the Chiefs? He's not exposing tactics. Don't say that, please.
Because it goes back. And there was a conversation we had but I think it's players. We can do that, but if he has that extra, the planning part again. Remember, let me give you this example. The difference between a Chiefs coach and these other coaches, because he's new, but the difference is when he wants to play, he wants to play. We were talking about the game before Sundowns. You said he's definitely gonna defend. I don't know.
I said he's not gonna defend.
He's not gonna defend. That's how he thinks. With the other coaches, of which 50% of it, I'm happy. When you have a team, you don't change that. When you have a strategy that works, you just change it for a specific match. Which is what we did to Sundowns, which is what I'm thinking he's going to do to us. Should his players come to the party and understand the plan? They might, because we've been using, and with us as well, if we change,
when Chiefs.
No, Pella, remember, Chiefs Guayana, look at us this weekend. You can't have that. We as fans don't even know our starting lineup yet. So that is why it's going to be difficult for them. They don't have one yet. You understand? We took doing what he's doing. You can't have that.
Because me personally, I would say that one of the biggest problems that Chiefs could have is if they attack Frosler. Bamsusu Titus ngale kwa right, bamletting up our left. Because Frosler sometimes we alala. And I think that's where they can possibly exploit the Chiefs.
Because you can say that, then we get to the game, Utove left back, Solomon right back. They can't have that, so it's difficult to
so
go
basically you are saying it's a double-edged sword.
Yes.
Yoguti Chiefs rotate a lot, so it makes it difficult to play against them.
With that being said, Amanyama rotation, it's not by choice. You understand? Yes, so as much as it was forced, he came back, he give us 100. So now it's giving, it's a 50. That's why I'm scared. I don't know what to expect, and I don't know who's gonna start or come in and change the game. Remember now we were blaming him with why we can't change to got a goal. But he can start with that squad second half, less services phone. Singer Sevens. You need the very same people that play up the Mart, and it's difficult to tell.
Victor, tell me here. So, your coach, he has a big problem also. He's not playing quarter end. Since the derby, it seems like that's been the problem. I was asking Ubongs the same thing. Do you think that the pressure, he's also feeling the pressure of, one, I have to protect the boy? Because already fans are saying, hey, Pupile, he's not playing well anymore, he sucks. Because you know fans, right? So do you think it's the coach overreacting, good he didn't play well in that game? Or do you think he's also being protected because probably not performing in that game affected how his confidence was in the days that followed. Which one is it? Is it a tactical decision? Is it him trying to protect the player, which is then just emotional?
I mean, anger is now at this point. If I was a coach, I know I'll do things different.
Yeah.
But yeah, young players coming through, yes, protect them. But there's occasion to protect these players. But then right now, you're supposed to be playing the best player in form. If the player's in form, play him. We try with the Bandelish and is not working at right wing. Hoto came in, he played at right wing. Sorry. So, Kota's supposed to be back in the team. As long as, because did you see the question that they asked Abu, who's that, the assistant coach? Niggas, they ask him, what's the situation with Salah? What did they say? He didn't answer. He dodged straight that question. Kante, what is this thing going on? Because we know he was our best. If we're putting out our best team, Salah should be in. Now, Kante, we don't have answers. Me personally, I don't know. Maybe you guys can let me know. Because we need him to win. We're not gonna win anything without that man. Just Kante, I don't know. I don't know what's going on behind the scene. Yeah. So going back to your question, play the player in form. Mofokeng, yes, has dropped recently, but then that's due also to being overplayed.
Yeah.
Honestly, if we look at the squad, we have a proper left wing replacement. I doubt we don't.
You don't.
So it's kind of like a bit on a court scorer between a rock and a hard place. Who do we put if we don't put him?
Yeah, there's no one better. Abokim Vuiti, they're not at
exactly. Then we say this about this when we're chasing Sander. We need depth. The squad need depth. And this is supposed to be done earlier in the season so that you know if this one goes out, we've got somebody to step in. And the way is the same. You can predict Pirates lineup, maybe 1 or 2. Yeah. Just comes in. It's the same.
I can say it from my sleep. Starting 11.
And now our defense.
And that's not even banter. Like
straight and forward. Even any fans can predict our starting lineup because there's nothing that changes. You can tell. And our defense is even worse now. Guys, I missed that Sesana. At least Sesana and Kosinati were doing it.
Yeah, because Sesana and Kosinati, because Unda got injured way early in the season. And those Sesana were managing, like they were playing, like they won like the first 10 games, if I'm not mistaken. It was just them.
As soon as
like 7,
Sesana went out,
the moment Sesana got injured.
But at least who was this? Mbokazi, is it Mbokazi?
Yeah, Mbokazi.
Mbokazi came in. I'm sure maybe the coaches saw something because from that lineup, I didn't want to see 2 people. Bandele Shandu and Koki, even though I'm a big fan of that. And it's just not got back to his
I think it happens when people get injured. They sometimes return not being the same player that they were before the injury. Yeah, and especially under the pressure that you had. But let's go to the weekend now. And I was already talking to Bongana about Chiefs and Steelers. We've been beating Steelers a lot, and I feel like I'm scared. They might now have figured out what Chiefs are trying to do. But let's go to a team. Where do you see you guys? How do you see you guys performing in this one? And you are playing against SuperSport United. Defensive Gavin Hunt.
Keyword, Cup Kings.
Cup Kings. Yeah.
See through.
See through.
But I'm not undermining. Sorry, this is not to undermine SuperSport. Yeah, I feel like experience is gonna play a big part in this. We've been there all the past 3 seasons, if I'm not mistaken. We've gone too far in the tournament in this, and so defending champion, aren't we?
Yeah.
So
the only issue though is now you have Nukovic, who's on form. You also have Usaele, who for some reason is now looking like prime R9. He's now like,
R9.
What is happening here? The man is playing like Messi for SuperSport. He's still missing chances, but isn't much more clinical than he was at Chiefs. And the pressure is removed, as Ubongan is saying. How do you stop that with your defenders?
I know, right? But I still think we're going to concede, but eventually we're gonna come. Experience is gonna come on top because Pirates has been in this situation so many times, especially in the last few years. As Jose, the King Cups. I believe Nokovic is going to get chances. Definitely that leaking defense of ours is going to concede goals. But also we have Mabasa, who's net banking, top goal scorer. Easy the top goal scorer. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, I think just we're going to turn with the coach also knowing that we've lost the league. According to me, we've lost the league. The league is a long time gone.
It's gone.
So he'll want to maybe secure. Trying to secure one trophy because Champions League Day. That one I'm still.
Wait,
there's a question
you
mark.
also won the MTN8 again this year.
Did we?
Yeah, you did. You
Cup Kings.
You robbed Stellenbosch. But anyways, Bongani, Chiefs. How are we doing?
No, yeah, like I said, my only problem is line up, and that's nobody's fault. But I shouldn't be using the word problem because it's good to take the opponents by surprise, but it's bad for us. We don't know if, you know, when the yo-yo thing you were saying, today Tupri's come in is good, tomorrow you play that one. So we're just trying out our luck. But at least against the Steelers, we've played them. So the coach should just continue using what works and then add that little. So if we beat them 1-0 like we did, we're now going for 2-3 because I'm thinking they would want to come press us because this thing of staying compact, we end up getting a goal before they do. And once we get it first, that's Chai. So right now I'm thinking Upaka is coming with, if we score first, that's where Bazolaka come. Because if they come with, already they are pressurizing themselves to any shifts with totally there. It's difficult to tell to coach Futuzo Saban because that game, it's not like he was, unless it's that injured they are saying,
it was
but
uncomfortable. It wasn't
having that big, you understand?
Yeah.
So, but I mean, they are used to each other.
Yeah.
It's getting there at the back. They have that. It's the only place where we've had consistent Miguel, not totally. So even if, like Uvik was saying, if Unda is not there, but Usesane was still there, so you team
One of
up.
them, yeah.
So at least one of them is still. If you get the two of them, Kuruls, I mean, they're used to each other. Now, Emma Saitini, this is what we were talking about, me and you. This is what we've always wanted. There's competition.
Yeah.
Because we are one of the position nearby. You understand? So, point is, everyone wants to get. This is what we've always been looking for with Kaizer Chiefs. Mashiane, if they give him a chance, he would want to, because we have a show to we're not playing games. And I like how he mentioned the experience. They might have titles, they might have, we're a big team with experience. So even if you have a slow shower for 10 years, showering experience.
Yeah, but a cave experience now, but they are playing in cave.
Well, how did it end?
But they went through. Don't hate on Steelers.
I'm not hating. Let's not go there because now Skulumang Abantes Bashara already. What I'm trying to say is at this point, whoever gets the first goal get the upper hand because of the pressure that comes with the game.
But overall, it's Chiefs winning the game.
Definitely.
Okay.
Obviously.
Nizwile guys,
What
what do you see happening this weekend?